Mr. Williams.
The
and it is
versus the country right here.
Greenforest
versus Madison.
Greenforest in green, Madison County in white. And we'll play two 16-minute halves here in the championship game of the Chick-fil-A Classic, the American Division Tournament. Three-pointer on the way, but no good by number 10, Justin Ogwuchi. So now it's Madison County, the Bulldogs, or Morgan County out of Madison, Georgia. And a rebound here for Justin Forrest for Greenforest, but a takeaway by Al Reed for Morgan County. Pull-up jumper, good, Al Reed.
You know, that's one thing that's going to have to happen. The guard play from Morgan County is going to have to beat the height from Greenforest.
So Al Reed with the first points of this championship game. Greenforest gets it into the paint. The turnaround shot no good by Faisal Abdulmalik. And on the other end, left-hander no good by Jalen Ingram, but an offensive rebound for the Bulldogs. Tukey Brown, one of the players to watch here, Sylvester. He's wearing number 4 from Morgan County in white. He is a Mississippi State commit. And there's a bucket from the left wing by Al Reed.
Tukey Brown has one of the fastest first steps you will ever see. He is so quick and so fast off the dribble. No one, I haven't seen anyone. Oh, there's Big Eno.
Victor Eno. Victor Eno, 6'8", sophomore, just a 10th grader. Shot wouldn't drop for Jared. Make it Justin Forrest. The second shot muscled up, tip up and in by Victor Eno.
Victor had 19 rebounds last game. He was 18 and 19. 18 points, 19 boards. That's what he does, Emerson. He is a man among boys down there, Emerson.
John Ogwuchi and Justin Ravenel, Victor Eno, Justin Forrest, and Faisal Abdulmalik for Greenforest. Jumper no good, Al Reed. On the other end, three-pointer airborne, too strong, but an offensive rebound for Victor Eno. Top key three, no. Eno battling, controlled, had it knocked away. Joseph Rogers had it knocked away, but now a run out for Morgan County, and Al Reed with another bucket. He's got all 6 points for Morgan County.
And that's what they're going to have to do. If they want to win, they're going to have to beat them in transition. They're just going to have to be faster and quicker than Greenforest.
So a 6-2 Morgan County lead here in the championship game of the Chick-fil-A Classic. It's actually 2 separate tournaments going on here. This event has grown over the years, and we got 24 teams participating this year in the lane. Greenforest with the first points of the ball game for number 10, John Ogwuchi.
John Ogwuchi worked. He's an athletic guard, for Greenforest. He does a lot of stuff on the wing for this. Oh, my goodness.
Layup, left side, Tukey Brown.
That is just quickness. He caught Ogwuchi standing flat-footed, and he just blew by him on the back cut. That's what he does. He's just quick.
Foul line, and a move into the bucket here. Left-hand bank shot no good for number 10, John Ogwuchi. And out of bounds, we'll stay here.
Tukey Brown Tukey Brown is the most impressive guard I've seen in this tournament just because he's so fast. He dominated the game and only attempted one jumper last game.
Left wing three, no. Good battle for the board here by the 2 number 10s. Ogwuchi for Greenforest, Devorius Brown for Morgan County. And again, we'll stay here. More size coming into the game for Greenforest. They're long and lean.
They get taller and taller.
21, Iki Obiagu.
They call him Bebe.
Bebe, 7 feet 1 inches tall. Only a sophomore, 7'1".
That's the tallest Bebe I've ever seen.
There's 21, Bebe with a block right there, but a follow up and in for Morgan County's Jalen Ingram. the junior from Morgan County. And a 10-4 Morgan County lead. Feed to post. Double team, and they get it back out. Shot left side, no good, and a whistle going after the rebound. What do we have here, Sylvester?
The thing about this Greenforest team, Emerson, they're big, but they're young. So a lot of these guys are just learning basketball. They're just developing their skills. Not only are they just learning their bodies, they're just learning how to play basketball. And so that's how Morgan County should take advantage of their youth.
Ike Obiagu called for the foul there. And here is Bebe. Baseline move. 15-footer wouldn't go down. Joseph Rogers the rebound for Morgan County. They lead 10-4. Turnover, steal, Greenforest cruising in, one-hand jam.
Justin Ravenel, he's your senior leader on the team. You know, Justin does a lot of dirty work for Greenforest. He keeps the team going, and a lot of times he's a calming factor on this team. And their fortunes go how Ravenel impresses Aya play.
Rogers floats one up, put it up short. Into Biggs, right in the face of the 7'1" sophomore Obiagu for Greenforest. Right side jumper, too strong from 18 feet by number 11, Justin Ravenel. But Greenforest controls on a loose ball. Forrest for three, good, he unhung the net.
And if Greenforest outside game is working, no one in the country can beat them. But that's if.
And another sophomore. Sylvester, they've only got two seniors on the roster here for Greenforest.
Yes, two seniors. They're going to be here for a while.
Ten to 9, Morgan County. Al Reed on the dribble, gets it over to Jalen Ingram, knifing in, but it dropped off no good. Rebound Greenforest. Back to defend. Tukey Brown on a fine play.
One thing I like about Jalen isn't afraid to go in there with those trees. He's an athlete, and he said before the game he wanted to go in there and get one-on-one of them. I don't know what one means, but he wants to get it.
Rogers side of the lane. Back out to Tukey Brown. They'll reassess here. Coming up on 9 minutes left, first half. Tukey Brown with the right hand. Shielded himself from the defender with the left and scooped it up with the right, knocked out by Greenforest.
That little hesitation move Tukey did was just beautiful, just to give him just half a foot of room just to blow by his man and put that ball up.
Inbounds into Rogers, can't connect. Rebound, Oguchi for Greenforest. Lost control and a takeaway by Al Reed off to Tukey Brown, foul from behind.
You know, on a play like that, sometime when you're the other side, Mr. Ref. on a play like that, sometime when you're the guard and you hand off the ball to your teammate like that, you need to use your body and shield yourself from that trailer coming down so you can give your man a free shot at the layup. You know, just run a little bit of interference. That's what a good teammate should do.
Tukey Brown at the foul line here, the future Mississippi State Bulldog. One of the most talked about players in this event. Tevin Mack obviously set the tournament record for scoring in a single game with 43 points on Friday night. He's the VCU commit from Dreher High School in Columbia. But Tukey Brown, one of the names I've been hearing all week here, Sylvester.
Yeah, Tukey Brown, I just really like, you know, everybody has a special place in their heart for the undersized guy, and that's what he is.
So it's Greenforest, the Eagles with the basketball. Number 11 is Ravenel. Up top now for Forrest. Back over to Ravenel. Into the foul line for number 10, Oguchi, and a foul here.
And that's what Greenforest is going to do. They're going to be patient. They're going to try to work that ball inside the zone. That's what Coach LeGruen said we needed to do, and that's what they didn't do against Lower Richland last night. Against Lower Richland, they tried to rely too much on their guards when they forget that they have 5 7-footers on the team. You know?
Left-handed toss by Oguchi is good. 6'3" and a junior for Greenforest. Out of Decatur, Georgia. That's the Atlanta area, Sylvester. That's your neck of the woods over there in Atlanta?
Decatur is actually in Atlanta, kind of like Forest Acres in Columbia.
Huh.
A city within a city.
12-11, Morgan County wearing white. A battle of 2 Georgia teams for the Chick-fil-a American Championship here in Columbia, South Carolina. Morgan County ball after it went out of bounds, and a couple of more subs here for Greenforest. Nick LeGruen with liberal substitution so far here in the first half. Jamon Sims, head coach for Morgan County. Midway mark of the first half, Tukey Brown misses from 3.
But I'm quite curious. Greenforest, one of their key players, number 5, Precious Aya, hasn't played yet. Not quite sure what's going on over there.
So it'll be Morgan County's ball. They'll put it in from in front of the Greenforest bench. Here's Tukey Brown on the wing. Circle it up top, back it out. Over to Jalen Ingram. Now it's Tukey Brown, back over to Ingram for 3. No, rebound.
And, you know, I just love the way Victor Uno just grabs those rebounds. I mean, he grabs them elbows out, looking to start the break.
And a slice to the bucket. Left-hand shot no good by Oguchi. Follow no good. Tip up no good. Greenforest working the glass.
That's Muhammad Abdul Salim. He's a 6'9" freshman. 6'9" freshman.
6'9" Frosh. Muhammad Abdul Salam, number 24. 13-12 in favor of Greenforest, their first lead. Morgan County in white with the basketball. High screen for Tukey Brown, set by Ingram. Flip inside, Brown to Ingram for the score.
Ingram is a worker. He is a horse, and that's what he's going to do. And I like the young man because he isn't afraid to go in there with the trees.
Pretty two-man game that time. Brown and Ingram. Long two, no good from the baseline, and Brown high off the floor for a rebound. Look at him push the action. Tukey Brown, had his pocket picked. And Greenforest now with a 3-on-3. Ooh. Long strides, yes, number 10, John Oguchi. Tukey Brown with the pass and another foul here on Greenforest. Sylvester, you weren't kidding, man. Morgan County's pushing the action. Yeah, every chance.
Every time they get it, Morgan County wants to run. They want to get up. They want to get up and down the floor. Morgan County is the defending 3A state champions in Georgia, and that's how they did it last year, by outrunning everybody and just being better than them. Faster and quicker and smarter is one of the things. It's one of the things that their coach, Coach Sims, likes to preach.
Yeah, that's one way to counter size. Probably the best way to counter a considerable height advantage for your opponent is to outquick them.
Exactly.
That's probably your only hope, isn't it? And certainly Morgan County's got the speed with which to do that with Tukey Brown and Al Reed, a couple of outstanding guards. Devorius Brown hasn't shown us much offensively yet. Of course, hasn't really looked to score, but Brown had a really good game in the first round victory over Trinity Christian out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. So Morgan County beat Trinity Christian on Saturday and then Dreer yesterday to reach the championship game. Greenforest with a 70-point thrashing of Mullins High School from here in South Carolina. That was on Saturday. And then yesterday, Greenforest beat another South Carolina school, Low Richland, to reach the championship.
Yeah, you were talking about some of the players from yesterday. One guy that I really liked from yesterday was Jalen Ingram. Jalen had 17. Jalen had 17 points. He was the leading scorer yesterday, and he gave them to you hard-working points, hard-working 17.
Left-handed shot, scored. John Oguchi, another bucket. Coming up on 5 minutes to play first half. This is Ingram with the scoop over to Reed. Man-to-man defense by Greenforest. Devorius Brown with it now for the Bulldogs. Brown gets a screen from Jalen Ingram. Now side of the lane, it is Ingram. With a quick spin, foul on the floor. He got hip checked.
We need the continuation. These guys need to go to the league real quick.
Yeah, hip check and a foul on Greenforest after a very quick spin move by Jalen Ingram. Greenforest on top by one. Tukey Brown, yes. Our fourth lead change, and it's 18-17 in favor of Morgan County. American Division Championship game here at the Chick-fil-A Classic. Still to come, the National Division Championship. That'll feature Arlington Country Day and our Savior New American. And a foul going after this rebound. Sylvester will go against Greenforest.
And that's one thing that the kids at Greenforest, their guards, they have so much freedom to shoot so many jumpers because they get so comfortable with having 7-footers up under the basket. They figure every rebound will be there, so they might as well throw it up. And that's what drives them out of their game some. That's what kept Lower Richland in this game, their guards not stepping up to and dropping it off to the big men.
So Tukey Brown will bring it up on John Oguchi here. Backdoor pass, Jalen Ingram. Oh, and he missed the bunny. Now, he was on the dead run there, Sylvester, but that's a shot that you figure he's going to make 99 times out of 100.
Exactly.
Oguchi, no good from three. And a rebound for Jalen Ingram. Good work by Devorius Brown to keep it alive for Morgan County. Rogers setting a screen for Brown. Rogers takes the pass, feeds Ingram for the layup.
Jalen Ingram is not afraid to go in there with the big boys. You can put that on repeat because I'll be saying that plenty more times tonight.
And a nice bounce pass in by Joseph Rogers. Now Rogers trying to defend, but no chance against the big fella, 23, Bebe Iola. 10th grader, 6 feet, 10 inches tall.
10th grader, just learning himself, just learning basketball. My goodness.
6'10" and a 10th grader. Tukey Brown bank shot too strong. And a rebound for number 4, Justin Forrest. Front court, it's Oguchi. Check it, it's number 11, Justin Ravenel. And they'll set the floor here with 2:40 to play first half. Right wing three, no good. Rebounded by 0-0, Faisal Abdulmalik. And another inside bucket for Bebe Iola.
That's what happens when you're just bigger than everybody. It's not much more you can do when you're just bigger than everybody on the court. They don't have any heights for the Morgan County people, for the Morgan County team, but it's not really necessary.
Devorius Brown stroked it into the lane and turned it over. And now a pull-up jumper, good by number 11, Justin Ravenel. And it's 23-20 in favor of Greenforest out of Decatur, Georgia. Nip and tuck all the way, Sylvester. 4 points, the largest lead for either club so far. It's been very tight throughout.
Yeah, right now it's just a testament to the speed and quickness of Morgan County. And also well coached. We must also tell them that Coach Jamon Sims is a great coach. He's not your run-of-the-mill average coach. He's a great coach. He knows what he's doing over there on the sideline.
Emmanuel Little just drove the bucket and drew a foul. on Greenforest, so this will be a two-shot foul for Emmanuel Little, the junior from Morgan County.
And now I want us to watch very closely. If you look, Jalen Ingram, he's holding his wrist in his forearm, that area. He's constantly massaging it and flexing it and open and close. Something may be wrong. And now, with 1 minute and 35 seconds to go in the half, Precious Aya is just coming into the game for the first time. He's a difference maker. He's one of those long guys who's athletic, who is just a bunny rabbit. He's a hopper. He's all over.
Aya 6'7" and a junior wearing number 5 in a green jersey for Greenforest. So it's 23-22, Greenforest, minute and a half to play first half. Emerson Phillips and Sylvester Williams, along with our crew from RNE TV and the SUVTV.com. Glad to have you along for championship action of the Chick-fil-A Classic 2014. Greenforest taking its time in the half-court set here, coming up on 1 minute to play first half. Here is Precious Aya. Over to Forrest, now Ravenel to Aya. Skip it to Forrest. Forrest steps in, drives in, banks it in, but a charge.
That is how you step up and take a charge on the baseline right there. Who is that? Joseph Rogers, I think.
Justin Forrest, that is his first.
Joseph Rogers got himself in position. He knew he wasn't going to block the shot, so he set his feet, made himself look like a statue, took the charge. Beautiful play. Great basketball IQ by Mr. Rogers.
First foul on Justin Forrest, 7th team foul on Greenforest, but it was player control, so no foul shots here. 40 seconds left in the half. We got a 1-point ball game here in the championship of the American Division Chick-fil-A Classic 2014. Rising high, Ingram with a tough shot.
No, I guess I was wrong about that wrist.
He has been favoring the wrist. I've seen it, Sylvester, you're right. But it didn't affect him on that shot, did it?
Not at all, not at all.
10 seconds and a half, pull-up jumper, baseline, good. Justin Ravenel, 3 seconds, 2. And a blocking foul here on Greenforest, so Tukey Brown will move to the foul line for a 1-and-1 with 1.6 seconds left.
If you can say ill-advised, that was an ill-advised
At midcourt.
At midcourt.
He's going to get a 35, 40-footer at best there, Sylvester.
At best. But I don't know as quick as Tukey Brown is. He may have made it.
That's a good point. It might have been a 20-footer. Front end of the 1-on-1, no good. Good if this goes, no. And we'll move to halftime. 25-24 in a battle of two Georgia teams for the American Division Chick-fil-A Championship. Greenforest with the 1-point lead over Morgan County.
$100 cash.
Crossover intelligence for basketball can save you hours.
Secure. Now we're giving them a lot of second chance opportunities because we're not securing the basketball. But overall, offensively, we're doing really well. We're playing our tempo. We're not letting them rush us. We're getting the shots we want. They're just not falling.
Yeah, Coach, your team has a huge size advantage in this game. So what are you going to do what can you do in the second half to maybe exploit that?
Well, it's nothing really different to change. The only thing we have to do is just make our shots have to fall. We're getting the same things that we want within our offense. It doesn't matter about just the size. Continue to feed the inside, but that's not what we just live on. You understand? We try to allow all of our guys to really contribute because they all can. So what we just have to do now is just really focus and lock in and knock out shots down, and we'll be fine.
All right, well, thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a selected contestant to have a chance to roll the ball, and if it lands on the line, you do win $500.
Hey, Tyler, give me an angle that just captures that right quick.
Last year, by the way, we had the person got closest. They came within 6 inches last year. We need a winner. Let's go, Lucas. Here we go. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Oh. Good try, Lucas.
Crossover intelligence for basketball can save you hours of time. We break down and stat your game film for you and act as your video coordinator by giving you searchable clips, advanced statistics, shot charts, and a lot of other great info that you can access from any PC or through our iPad application. Just upload your video through the Crossover website, and 24 hours later, your film will be completely indexed and tagged. Each play will become its own video clip, allowing you to search the footage for anything you'd like. Here we'll take a look at all 3-pointers that were made in the fourth quarter. All of your offensive and defensive sets can also be tagged, so you can view the appropriate clips and determine which plays are achieving the best results. You can add any clip to a playlist or highlight reel and share everything with your players or assistant coaches. Crossover will also provide you with all of the numbers from each game, including complete player stats for both teams and advanced metrics like these. We even take the shooting numbers a step further with an interactive shot chart that lets you visualize the data. Filter by player, quarter, makes or misses, and click on any shot to watch the corresponding video. Crossover intelligence will keep you from spending hours in the film room and get you back to actually coaching. Together, we can turn smarter video into more wins for your team. That's the crossover effect. Crossover intelligence for basketball can save you hours of time. We break down and stat your game film for you and act.
back in Richland Northeast High School in Columbia, South Carolina, ready for the start of the second half of the American Division Championship game. The first of 2 championship games tonight, the final day of action here at the 2014 Chick-fil-A Classic. Emerson Phillips back with Sylvester Williams. Attention fans, download the Ranks, which is the first fan-driven ranking system where your opinion matters. You can rate, comment, and petition for your favorite high school basketball players. The Ranks is available on iPhone and on iPad, and it's presented by Court Cred. So it is Morgan County wearing white, trailing by 1 as we open the second half. And the shot dances off, no good. Rebounded by Faisal Abdul Malik for Greenforest. It's Abdul Malik for Greenforest. And they are in the green jerseys with the yellow and white trim. Pass deflected, but it goes to Abdul Malik, and he scores from the baseline.
Those guys, they're going to get it down there. When they're you give them 5 feet, 10 feet, well, you get them down that close to the basket, it's over.
So Faisal Abdul Malik with the first points of the second half. And that gives Greenforest a 3-point lead, and they'll inbound on the baseline with number 4, Justin Forrest. Long lob pass out to Ravenel. Over to Forrest for 3. Not this time. Ingram snares the rebound. Diagonal pass. Al Reed, no good. Ingram crashing, couldn't follow. And Forrest has it for Greenforest. Now it's Ravenel. Banked it too strong. Oguchi over the back.
John Oguchi is an athlete. He is an athlete. Me being a football guy, I would love to see him play, cornerback or safety or something. John Oguchi is just a superb athlete.
Oguchi's got 8 points for Greenforest. Jalen Ingram with 8 for Morgan County. Those are your top scorers in this ball game. Points hard to come by, as you might expect with this huge Greenforest front line here. They've defended nicely. Tukey Brown, long 3.
There it is. There's that outside shot people have been asking about. I asked him about it before the game. I said, Mr. Brown. I call him Mr. Brown. He's earned that respect. I said, Mr. Brown, you didn't shoot 1 jumper yesterday. He says, I didn't need to. I didn't need to.
Yeah, you said he only took 1 shot in the whole game?
He took 1 jumper. Everything else was in the lane. Everything else was in the lane.
1 jumper in the entire game. Okay. So Tukey Brown with the long 3, and we have our first tie since the opening tip. Oguchi feeds it inside. And a foul on the floor here with Morgan County trying to deny the entry.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to deny, because once they get it down there, it's not much stopping them once they get it down low.
So lob pass out again to Justin Ravenel right in front of midcourt. Forrest directing traffic. Abdul Malik pulls in for a 12-footer. Put it up short and off to the right. Rebounded by Devorius Brown, who did a good job to save it inbounds to Tukey Brown. Tukey Brown, hard bounce pass. Head fake here. Al Reed, float 1 up. Fouled out, no good. Abdul Malik the board. Now it's Ravenel slicing in. Ravenel, no good. He's on the floor, picked up and put in by Abdul Malik.
Facile was right there so low. Hard to stop a big man when he's that low.
29-27, Greenforest on top. 2 Georgia schools here battling it out in South Carolina for the prestigious Chick-fil-A Classic Championship.
Yep, 2 defending state champions. Greenforest is the private school, the Georgia Independent League state champion, and in Morgan County, they're the 3A state champions in Georgia.
Dribble drive, but an offensive foul call. Rogers draws the charge on Justin Forrest.
And that's what you have to do. You have to step in and take those charges. And that's the second time, that's the second charge that Rogers is taking. You know, sacrificing his body for the team, love a team player.
We've got a stoppage of play here. And they had to make sure they got the foul on the right player. And it is on Justin Forrest, his second foul. And the second foul on Greenforest in this second half. 12:20 to play ball game, a 2-point Greenforest lead. It's been tight throughout. Jalen Ingram put it on the floor, and his progress impeded on a blocking foul.
You know, the funny thing is when you play a team that has a big front line or a 7-footer on the team, you think to yourself, okay, let's take it to the inside. Let's get that big man in foul trouble. Only problem is they still got 2 7-footers on the bench. They can come in the game. They can come in the game. Typo.
Here's Tukey Brown off the deflection. He'll back it out for the Morgan County Bulldogs, the defending 3A state champs from Georgia. Ingram, long 2, no good, but Joseph Rogers has it. Over to Brown, Devorius to Tukey, and a charging call.
Now this time Greenforest decided not to block something but to step up and take a charge. You know, but that's what I like. This is the sign of 2 well-coached teams. Both of these coaches are pros. They've been doing it for, you know, they're young, but they're basketball natives. Now Coach LeGreen, he played at Morehouse College. He's a Morehouse graduate and a former Morehouse player. I'm not quite sure where Coach Sims played, but Coach Sims knows basketball. I do know that.
Pressure here from Morgan County. Greenforest able to work it into the front court. Turnaround shot. Precious Aya, pretty play.
Now Precious is one of the skilled big men that they have.
Ingram's got it top of the key for Morgan County. A little short pass to Brown. Devorius Brown here moving baseline out to Ingram. Ingram drives in, floats it up, contact in the air and a block.
That was one of those times where he tried to take the charge, but he stepped up under the man when he was already in the air. That'll never work. That was a good call by the referee.
Aya picks up the personal, his first. 4th foul on Greenforest. This is a 2-shot foul for Jalen Ingram, the junior forward from Morgan County. In Madison, Georgia. How far is that from Atlanta, Sylvester?
Madison may be an hour and a half. It's closer to Augusta, if I'm not mistaken. It's closer to Augusta.
Okay. So we've had a timeout on the floor here. Morgan County timeout, and it is a 31-29 Greenforest lead. Glad to have you along here on ChickfilAClassic.com and on the SUVTV.com. Crossover intelligence for basketball can save coaches hours of time. They'll break down your game film, and they'll keep stats for you. They give you searchable clips, advanced statistics, plus an interactive stat chart. Coaches, stop wasting time in the film room and just pay a visit to crossover.com today to get started. That's crossoverwithak.com. And at the end of the game tonight, we will select the Crossover Intelligence Player of the Game. And in the last game that we brought you here on ChickfilAClassic.com, Sylvester, it was Chris Clark, the Virginia Tech commit from Cape Henry out of Virginia. 18 points, 12 rebounds as Cape Henry won the 3rd place game.
Yes, yes. And Chris Clark is what I like to call an Energizer Bunny. That's a guy who runs on full speed all game long. He's what they call like a point forward. I guess you could say he's a point forward type player. You know, he directs traffic. He has a good inside game. He's a shooter from the outside. He does a little bit of it all for your team. I really like him. He's a good player.
Yeah, a great hustle player, effort player, and really strong driving the ball to the basket and good in the open floor too. So Virginia Tech's getting them a good one in Chris Clark. He was our crossover intelligence player of the game in the third place game that ended up not long ago here at the Chick-fil-A Classic. So this is championship game number 1 of 2 on tap for tonight. Arlington Country Day and our Savior New American coming up in championship game number 2. That's coming up next. Out of the timeout, missing a 3 is Justin Forrest, but an offensive rebound for Victor Eno. And another 3, jacked, missed. That time it was John Oguchi with the miss. Tukey Brown spinning, twisting, dribbling behind the back, no looking. Oh, the pass. Tukey Brown, he's exciting. He's fun to watch.
He's a wizard with the basketball. Some people like to say it looks like he has a yo-yo string attached to the ball sometime.
Ingram sets a screen for Tukey Brown. Into the corner for Rogers, back to Tukey Brown. Brown picked up by Ravenel. Devorius Brown, good for 3.
Devorius, he's been quiet this game so far. That's his first basket of the game.
Yeah, 1 of 2. He's only attempted 2 shots. He got 4 rebounds. 3 points now and 4 rebounds for Devorius Brown. And a foul right here. They got the back of the head of Victor Eno as he leaned in for a short shot.
Yeah, and a lot of people were wondering when was Devorius going to step up. Last game, I think Devorius had 15 points. He had 15 points in the last game, and a lot of people were just curious. They hadn't seen much out of Devorius Brown. No, I'm sorry, last game he had 10. I'm sorry. But he did start off very hot, though.
First shot good by Victor Eno. Eno, 6'8" and a sophomore. Man, it's amazing how tall this Greenforest team is. Abdul Malik is 6'6", Precious Aya 6'7", Eno 6'8". They got Muhammad Abdul Salam, 9th grader at 6'9", and their 10th grader, Bebe Iola, is 6'10". And then they got Ike Obiagu, who is 7'1". Man, these boys are tall.
7'1" and a sophomore.
Sophomore, that's right. And a steal here by, or actually Oguchi came up with a loose ball there. So Greenforest keeps possession. We're under 10 minutes remaining. And we are tied at 32. Championship game number 1 of the 2014 Chick-fil-A Classic. Morgan County packing in the zone here. And a dribble drive and a bank shot, good.
Strong take to the hole. That's another 10th grader, Justin Forrest is.
Forrest, 5'11", and a sophomore with a pretty move off the right side.
5'11", and he's the midget out here.
And that gives Greenforest a 2-point lead. Flat-footed 3-point shot. Wouldn't go, but a tip up and in by Tukey Brown.
There's my man, Tukey.
Tukey Brown.
Tukey Brown's a basketball player. He is a basketball player.
We haven't got heights on the Morgan County roster. Sylvester, what would you guess is Tukey Brown's height?
Tukey is usually listed at 5'11". So when you're listed at 5'11", he'll be 5'10", maybe 5'9".
There's a foul. Count the basket for Greenforest. Number 12 is Victor Eno.
Victor Eno, that's what he does. And that's my only disappointment or argument with this Greenforest team. I think Victor Eno should be highlighted every game. I think every play should go through Eno and then work his way back around to those guards. But it's usually the opposite way. The guards get it, and then they may let Eno sniff the ball.
So a 3-point Greenforest lead after 1 of 2 foul shots for Eno. And now it's Al Reed into the corner. Tukey Brown for three. Brown down.
Tukey is a shooter. Tukey is a shooter. I said he wasn't. I do want to apologize to Mr. Brown.
So we have our third tie to go along with 5 lead changes in this ball game. Tight contest here in the Chick-fil-A Championship. 7.5 remaining. Long three hoisted, but missed by Justin Forrest. And a rebound for Devorius Brown.
See, I think that was an ill-advised three. No, you're not going to throw any alley hoops under that goal.
Victor Eno snatched that out of the air, said, I'll take that. And a brick on the other end by Ravenel. So Morgan County moving front court with Al Reed. Reed hit the deck as he flipped it out back toward the top of the key. And Morgan County able to keep possession here. Under 7 to play now, tied at 37. Ingram, head fake, spin move, bank shot, good.
The bank was open. Check your watch. It's past 6. I don't know how he got that one.
He banked it high off the glass, and a timeout taken by Greenforest as Morgan County has moved in front on the beautiful bank shot by Jalen Ingram.
One of the benefits of online banking. The bank stays open 24 hours, Emerson.
All right, we'll get a short timeout here. 6:41 left. 2 points to lead for Morgan County here in the American Championship game.
Attention all fans, download the Ranks, which is the first fan-driven ranking system where your opinion matters. Rate, comment, and petition for your favorite high school basketball players. The Ranks is available on the iPhone, the iPad, and it's presented to you by Court Cred. Now, that's one thing with all these great players out here, Emerson. Us being fans, we can kind of step away from all the know-it-all guys over there with the magazines and the internet blogs, and we can tell you what we think. Because I guarantee you, if you've been at this Chick-fil-A Classic for the whole time, you have an opinion, and your opinion matters right now. Who's impressed you so far that you've seen out here, Emerson? Who do you like so far that you've seen at the whole Classic?
I don't know where to begin. I would start with Brandon Ingram from Kinston, North Carolina.
Yes.
I was in the second gym here last night and watched Kinston beat Spring Valley in a 1-point game, and Kinston rallied from 6 down with about 3 minutes to play, and Brandon Ingram had a huge game for Kinston. 26 points, 12 boards, 6 assists. Certainly 7th Woods from Hammond. I don't know that there's a more exciting player in the field than 7th Woods, who was also just a junior. And Tevin Mack set the tournament scoring record on Friday night in one of the best games I've seen in the 25 years that I've been covering high school sports. Sylvester, I think Tevin Mack is as good a player in South Carolina. He and 7th Woods, to me, just outstanding players and very different styles of players, but I would start with those three. I mean, you got Tukey Brown here. It's the first time I've seen Greenforest. And they get everybody on the team is 6'8" or taller. Everybody looks good on this team. So, man, it's a long list of players. And tournament director Gary Fulmer does an outstanding job of bringing in the top talent from around the country every year here at the Chick-fil-A.
Best ticket in town. There's not one person who will walk out of this gym and ask Gary Fulmer for their money back. There's nowhere in the world.
That's exactly right. Folks been lining up, man. Tickets went on sale about, and I think it was 1 hour before the first game tipped off on Friday night, and there was 100 people lined up outside to buy tickets.
Wrapped around the Richland Northeast building. People wanted to get in. Fire marshal had to cut it off for the first night, and for the Dreer and Hammond game. And trust me, the ones who got in, double overtime, they got their money's worth.
They did. They got 2 free periods of basketball Friday night. 3-pointer rattles and drops for number 12, Al Reed.
3-pointer by Al Reed.
And that gives Morgan County the biggest lead of the ball game for either club here, 5 points.
Morgan County brought a couple of fans. They're about 2.5 hours away. 3 ball.
And Greenforest answers with the 3. Justin Ravenel, that's the kind of game it's been. As soon as one team opens up the largest lead, a bucket on the other end, a big 3 for Ravenel for Greenforest. So we're back to a 2-point Morgan County lead. Morgan County with the ball. Emerson Phillips, Sylvester Williams, along with our crew from R&E TV and the SUVTV.com. And a foul here before that shot by Joseph Rogers.
Speaking of our crew, Emerson, while we got a little break, let's go over some of the guys we have out there. Camera 1 is Kevin Odell. The bleacher camera is Tyler Fisher. Tyler Poe. Justin Davis is our sideline reporter, doing a wonderful job at interviewing the coaches at the half.
Yeah, Justin Davidson's been with us a couple of years now, and all these folks are students at Richland Northeast High School, the host of this Chick-fil-A Classic every year, and an offensive foul called on Greenforest, and that elicits strong applause from Joseph Rogers. He liked that call.
He liked that call. You know, sometimes you need that ref to help you out a little bit, let things go your way. Justin was working on the block, trying to get position. Hey, sometimes he got thrown out the way and he drew the foul. As a matter of fact, that is the third player control foul that he's drawn.
So Morgan County with a 2-point lead as we move under 4 minutes remaining in the American Division Bracket Championship game here at the Chick-fil-A Classic. Long strides, Brown rejected by Eno.
Tukey, you're in the wrong place.
Ravenel's got it in the backcourt. And they were worried about a 10-second call there, but they did beat the clock across the line, and a foul again. Precious Aya will move to the line.
Precious is a dominating player on this Greenforest team. He is one of the big men who's been playing basketball for a little while. He's just an athletic freak. You know, he has outstanding leaping ability. He's quick. He's pretty strong. He has that wiry strength. You know, Precious Aya, he is one to look forward to. He's a junior. He's a player to watch.
For the tie, yes, Eno knots us at 42, the fourth tie in a ball game. And 5 lead changes here. This has been a tight game throughout. 3:20 on the rolling game clock here at Richland Northeast High School in Columbia, South Carolina.
Like 3:20 to go, Emerson. This seems like it's been a very quick game.
Tukey Brown around a screen from Rogers into the corner for Devorius Brown. Tried to throw it off a Greenforest player, and it bounces to Tukey Brown, and a timeout from the Morgan County bench. Jamond Sims, head coach of the Bulldogs, got the timeout call.
Yeah, he got the timeout. He wants to sit down, and he wants to talk to his players. He wants to calm these guys down. It's a tie ball game with 3 minutes to go. He needs to sit there, and he wants to get them. You know, he even pulled Devorius Brown to the side and wanted to explain a few things to Devorius. You know, Sims is a great coach.
I got screen. After you said that was yours, you coming screen for Al. This is you. You coming off the double. You coming off the single right here. All right, cool. You stretching on the strong side. You stretching it on the strong side.
He's gonna come from that way when I start my first one.
Yeah, two right here. You coming right here. You sitting on him, and then you're gonna sit on that. Today, you got it right to your sweet spot. Okay, after 2 comes off here, you're gonna dive into right there. We're going strong, but we're just giving it a different look.
.302 left here in the American Division Championship game. Morgan County in white, Greenforest in green. Both schools out of Georgia. Tukey Brown, the Mississippi State commit, bounces it over to Al Reed. Reed scored the first 6 points in this ball game. for Morgan County. He scored Morgan County's first 6.
There you go. Okay, okay. It's a low-scoring affair. I thought there would have been a lot more points than this in this game.
Clock moving, 2:20 left. Al Reed dribbles inside the three-point line, sends it over to Ingram. Three-pointer no good, and off the top of the backboard, that's out of bounds.
And you know, that's all because of the longness of Greenforest. He made him put a lot more arc on that ball than he would have ever put in real life. You got to get it over those outstretched limbs.
$1:45 left, tied at 42, and a near steal by Tukey Brown. But now Greenforest with a baseline drive, pretty play, but the shot was sour. This shot is good. Precious Aya with a foul.
Precious is just on the boards, and that's what they do. You know, one thing, and it just bothers me so much, Emerson. It bothers me. You got Big Victor, you know, down there on the block begging for the ball. Give it to me. Give it to me. I got a mismatch. I'm taller than this guy and I'm stronger than this guy, but yet they don't want to get it down to the big man, and that bothers me.
And Precious Aya finishes the three-point play, and unofficially, this is the largest lead of the game. For Greenforest. Oh, and a steal right here. And a driving layup for Justin Forrest. Just like that, it's a 5-point game with 1:14 left. Tukey Brown controlling here from Morgan County. Screen from Ingram at the top of the key. Tough shot, Brown followed for Ingram, not there. And a rebound for Precious Aya. Nice rebound, Precious Aya with Ingram crashing in.
Now less than a minute to go.
Now Morgan County got to think about either a steal or a foul, and there's a layup and a foul. For number 12, Victor Eno.
That was a bad foul by Mr. Rogers right there. If you're going to foul him, you got to foul him. You know, foul those arms. You know, a lot of people say don't foul too hard, but I don't know what too hard is. To be honest with you. There's no such thing as too hard in my book.
7-point lead. And nearly an offensive rebound for Oguchi, but Al Reed's got it from Morgan County. He splits 2 defenders, and a foul called here on Greenforest. That's not what they wanted. They got a 7-point lead. There's only 37 seconds left, and this will give Morgan County a 1-and-1. So Al Reed will shoot the foul shots.
You know, something that gives them a chance to score 2 baskets without the clock moving. Knocks down the first one with ease.
So Reed cuts the lead to 5, 37 seconds left. And Morgan County commits the quick foul. Devorius Brown will get the personal here.
We're going to play foul. We're going to play foul and shoot. You have to prove that you can beat us on the free throw line. That's what Morgan County is saying.
That is the 8th foul on Morgan County. So we'll have a 1-and-1 here for Justin Ravenel, the 6'3 senior from Greenforest McAllen Christian Academy. Front end no good. Rebound Rogers. Off to Ingram. 32 seconds left. Tukey Brown to the rack. Rejected. Swatted by Precious Aya. And there's the Morgan County foul with 25.2 left.
They almost took out our camera woman down there. Who do we have down there? Tyler Pope.
Fouls on Devorius Brown.
They almost took Tyler out, but she's a soldier. She's right back in it, Emerson. Most important thing, Emerson, she protected the camera.
For Justin Ravenel.
Most important thing in our business.
Tukey Brown for three. With 13.4 seconds left, and we got a 3-point ball game now.
Tukey hit a big three-pointer. Now, ball is going to go. Now, right now, let's see. We're trying to go over to the Morgan County huddle, and let's see what they say in that Morgan County huddle.
Any ball. It goes over the top of the game. You gotta try to get it. Quick foul. Let's go. Gotta stop right here. Go.
I think he was saying quick foul. They're gonna try to go for the steal. If they don't get the steal, quick foul. Oh, way to break the press right there.
Forrest has got it, and he's fouled with the clock still running. And a little bit extra time ran off the clock there.
Ran off the clock. You're gonna have to add some more time onto that clock. Now it's the big debate of how much time they add.
Yeah, a second or two. Let's see. Now the ref is walking over to the scores table. So they put 1 second on the clock.
1 second back on the clock. I think a little bit more than one may have ran out.
Yeah, that was the very least they could have added in my estimation, but we just happened to look up at the scoreboard after the whistle and the clock was still running. So these things happen.
Clock operator's been here all day. It's been a long day.
2-shot foul here for Justin Forrest. Nothing but net on the first toss.
Big shot from the sophomore guard.
So the lead is 4 for the Eagles from Greenforest McAllen Christian Academy. Second shot good by Justin Forrest. And it is a 5-point ball game. Tukey Brown for three. Just hit one from there. And he hit another one. 2.5 left.
Hey. A quick steal on the inbound, and we could get some free basketball in the scene.
Now we got us a ball game here, but only 2.5 seconds left. So we're going to send it to Justin Davidson and listen in to the Morgan County huddle.
Let's go, man. Quick foul. Let's go.
Okay.
Well, you know where you at. Come on.
Sounds like they're going to foul and they're going to run the home run play here.
There we go.
So Lester, whatever that is, what do you think that is?
Send picks up short and then send that one man deep and just throw it over the top and hope we catch and shoot real quick because it's probably only going to be 1 second left on the clock.
Okay.
Now, if I was Greenforest, they're in the double bonus. I try to hit the first one and miss the second one on purpose.
There's the inbound and a foul, and 1 second elapsed. So 1.5 left.
Now, Emerson, the first free throw, they're in the double bonus. They're shooting two. I was wrong on the first time. I said hit the first one and miss the second one. You hit the first one, and if you hit the second one, game's over. They don't have a chance. So, Emerson, I don't know.
John Aguchi.
Too much pressure, Emerson. That's why I'm glad I don't coach.
Greenforest needs them both. First shot good, John Aguchi.
As a matter of fact, if he hits the second one, if I was Greenforest, I would walk away. Just walk away.
Yeah.
Because the worst thing they can do is foul them, and it somehow goes in.
3-point ball game, make it a 4-point game.
Now they should just walk away.
Yeah, now Greenforest knows all they have to do is not foul. There's your ball game. Greenforest, the Eagles from Decatur, Georgia, your American Division champions here at the 2014 Chick-fil-A Classic. And a great run for Greenforest. Man, they were awfully impressive. They won by 70 points in the first round over Mullins, and then they beat Lower Richland. They beat 2 South Carolina schools to reach the finals, and then this close victory over Morgan County from their state of Georgia. So 2 defending Georgia state champs meeting here tonight in Columbia, South Carolina, and Greenforest will take home the championship trophy with a 54-50 victory over Morgan County.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to announce and present the trophies to both the runner-up and then the champion teams, and then we will hand out our all-tournament team for this American division, followed by the most valuable player and then the most outstanding player.
How you doing, Justin? I'm Emerson Phillips.
Nice
Good
to
to see you, man.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you.
All right, see that camera over there underneath the goal? That's where we are, okay?
Okay.
Oh, well, Justin, you played a great game, Justin.
Thank you, sir.
I'm not quite sure your stats. We don't have everything in front of you, but you showed a lot of senior leadership. You had 10 points. I guess you had 10 points, but you seem like you kept the offense going. How do you explain your game when you have such a lot of tall trees down there? What's your role on this team?
On this team, it's just to lead these guys. They're a great group of guys. They do everything we need to do to win. And we utilize our size to the fullest. We always play inside out rather than anything. Get our guys involved early and just make sure they get touches, get them early involved, get to the rim, get double bonuses as quick as we can. And once that happens, that really opens up for our perimeter guys and really just opens up a lot of shots for us. And I just say to that, we just kind of want to get up
The
and down.
Bulldogs, by the way, are the defending Georgia High School Association Class 3A state champions.
As far as rebounding, they get the outlets going and we work them on the other end.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
And now,
Justin Ravenel, our crossover player of the game. Justin, talk about what this weekend was like for you to come to South Carolina and play in this tournament.
Well, we knew coming in we were an underdog team. A lot of teams haven't heard of us, and we just believed and just prayed as a brotherhood that we could come and win this tournament no matter what division, no matter what team we played. We just believed in ourselves and our coaches, and we just did everything to execute and do those things to the fullest.
Justin, if you'll wave to the folks at home, we appreciate it. Justin Ravenel, our crossover player of the game. Go join your teammates. Put your hands on that championship trophy. Congratulations. All right, that's Justin Ravenel from Greenforest High School out of Decatur, Georgia. And we've got one more championship game still to come, but we're going to have another championship game. We'll have the trophy presentation first. And the Eagles of Greenforest will hoist the 2014 American Division Championship trophy.